I don't think AirLink will add any latency. This is always choppy. It does this in flat too. When you first start, it's really choppy. Up till a certain point. So, yep, we have other saves, but they're buried. So hopefully I don't have the problem here where I load a save and it crashes. Actually, I never had that problem in VR, but it started happening with my flat for a while. Of course, these saves had never been loaded in flat. Takes a minute for the textures to load. Yeah, the game looks awesome, and we are seeing this, right? Yeah, we're seeing this. The game looks awesome in the Reverb G2, and I have I'm not reprojecting. I have 90 hertz right now, right here, right now, and everything looks really smooth. There's a little bit of ghosting on this LCD. I guess it's like a VA panel or something, but you know, you get used to that. That's fine. It's so smooth, super smooth. So just in case something decides to kill me, although it shouldn't, trying to kill me, don't do that. So like, also I have a gun stock for my index controllers. So that's why I really like using them, but also I'm used to them. So I would really like to play using my index controllers, and I guess maybe the solution to this is I should get an index headset so I can plug it in. But that's such a non-answer, but it is an answer. It is an answer. It's like, if Oculus works, then we use Oculus. It has good system, and if I want something to plug in, and I can't use a Rift S because it has a lower display than the Quest 2. And I only don't like the Quest 2 because it has to do compression for Oculus AirLink. And so then I can use an index, or even I actually own I can't really move my fingers, but I would show up 3 fingers here. 3 different Vive headsets. I have the original Vive, which I never use anymore because of it's too pixelated, and I have a Vive Pro, which is like just a better, if slightly less well-built version of the Vive, but with better displays. And you have to use their built-in earphones, which don't sound super good. But anyway, the main problem with the design of the Vive, I gotta tell you, is it doesn't have support on the side, so it wobbles on your head whenever you do this. And any fix for it is inevitably really ghetto. There's never been like a factory fix that actually looks and feels good and high quality. And now they came out with the Cosmos, that's not really an improvement. But apparently you can get a good frame rate on that in the mirror. This is running so smooth right now, I gotta say. Like, I'm not reprojecting at all. Oh, but since we're in survival, we need to set up some way to feed ourselves. And I want to say that for a real episode. But we could do all this scrapping and stuff. So they don't give you any water here. We can build some water. Right? Just a little bit of water. So we can do that. Food. Don't have any food. So even once we do have food, I don't want to VATS it. Alright. So that's quick harvest. It gets all the things. These aren't useful. Really? Oh, nope, there's another one. Gourds. Anything else? Don't think so. Yeah, I can scrap stuff with great ease. Yeah, and so I made this video just to check the sound synchronization, basically. And you know what really kills the frame rate is when there's a lot of settlers here, but when it's just me and Cosworth, it runs smooth as silk. Or maybe my super sampling settings got changed. Or maybe I chose the right mods, so now it's really smooth. This is a waste of time. Shouldn't be doing this right now. So I've got to get some settlers here to start growing food. Or I guess if I'm starving, I can go steal food from the Abernathys. But once again, saving that for a real episode. And I guess I already did upload one of these kind of half episodes. So I don't know how often I plan to do this. The car. How do you polish rust? But I guess as long as I'm shooting these, then I'll be uploading them. Come on. So I noticed in the first episode the sound was a little bit late. So I use OBS now to delay the video stream a little bit, which I should add. In RE Central, the software that comes with AverMedia products, you cannot buffer the video stream. It is not an option. Oh, so normally you have trouble getting this in flat, but in VR, you just reach inside. Yeah, I'm wasting time here. Is this a rad storm? Is it blue? Is it green? It's pretty blue. This is a waste of time because it's not going to help feed me. So what I really need to do is build a navigation beacon. LOL. No, that's elite. A nav beacon. Well, yeah, pretty much a nav beacon. We need a power generator, which we can build one now. Alright. And realistically, we want an even bigger one. It's kind of wasteful, but alright. And what I really like to do the most is build a foundation. And my favorite foundation is concrete. It's much flatter over here. So this one just made of steel, so I like these the best. And it seems like it's almost perfectly aligned, but I'm going to twist it a little bit. Okay, you can go right there. And then we need a generator, and we're going to need more power eventually, so let's just build this one. And we need a advanced recruitment beacon, and this thing will bitch about you didn't build the right kind, but I don't think it really matters. But we can't do it because we don't have any crystal. We can't do it because we don't have any crystal. Crystal stuff, I don't think you really find anything that has crystal. So we probably need to run down to the Drumlin Diner to get crystal. I guess this could be a regular episode, even though I didn't introduce it. Because that's sort of a progression item if we go to Drumlin. Darn. I guess let's just cut and I'll see if there's any way to get crystal around here. Funny story. Alright, what I've learned is that in the root cellar, sometimes, well, in the root cellar, it has random loot. So sometimes you can get crystal that way, but otherwise, probably not. Where is the root cellar? It's not behind my house. There it is. Okay, so we're gonna loot everything automatically, but in this particular crate here, if we can get close enough. Nope, we didn't. I couldn't see what was inside it. What I really like the most about the game running smooth is that loot detector. Works really well. Take the gold, of course. Yeah, take the food too. And the water. We can die from not drinking water. And beer. Get a whole crate of beer. Yeah, when you pick up stuff in VR, it like pulls it toward you, so if it's in a box or something, causes chaos. And we don't have Higgs for Fallout 4, so we're always picking stuff up from far away. And it doesn't do anything if you touch it. You just don't collide. But if you pick it up with your super mind powers from far away, then you can hold it. You can change the distance that you hold stuff to, out away from your hand here, in the config file. So I don't know what we got, but we can find out. I certainly can't pick that. So we were trying to find a crystal liquor decanter. So if we did find it, it'll be at the workshop, because everything gets teleported to your workshop. And I think everything gets teleported there to the sanctuary workshop by default, even before you activate it the first time. But let's find out. We don't have crystal liquor. Do we have microscope? No. Do we have pro snap camera or camera? No. Crystal. We don't have any crystal. Alright, well, if you explore enough, then you'll unlock Carla, and she'll start wandering, but she starts in Bunker Hill. So you won't see Carla until you start wandering around the map. So right now, I mean, we can scrap everything. I mean, I guess we're not like dying of hunger or anything, so let's scrap everything. Let's do it. Let's do the big one. I've heard it said that having televisions that aren't plugged in will lower your happiness rating. I don't think that's really true. It makes sense though. But I think, yeah, I'll do that. Sometimes I like to keep a bunch of chairs by the jobs so that, it just sounds like things. It sounds like enemies. It's not though. When you leave corpses around, I guess they get flies after a while. Oh, you can. You can junk stuff that's in the floor. Okay. Well, that's a big help. So I guess the mirror is rendering at like 45 frames. I mean, I guess. Which is really stupid. Because it doesn't have to. And if Oculus can figure it out, and it doesn't slow down the game, and you can get 60 FPS out of a mirror, then why can't Steam? Huh, Valve? Why can't you do it? Why is Oculus better than you? Fix it. It's disgusting. Your ineptitude. So if you're using an index, then it can render at 120 hertz. And then if you get half of that, it's actually 60, and it looks smooth as hell. Can we do this? Okay. If I'm gonna start scrapping, I'm gonna scrap everything. That's all there is to it. Always been like that. So here we get a bunch of wood. So Eleonora actually made a mod for Sanctuary where she surrounded the entire settlement. And oh, that's awful. Oh, we can't get rid of it. Crap. Well, you hardly walk back here anyway. She surrounded the entire settlement in junk fences. And it definitely does a good job at keeping raiders out. We might want that. In fact, let's move this. Can't stop jumping. Somewhere we'll find it. So you can scrap this. And she walled it up so good, I had to disassemble part of it. So like usually enemies will come from this direction. And they'll also come from over that way. And I think they can also come up the main drive. But you hardly see them do that. Yeah, so any car with paint on it in VR, if you have running with corpses, you can carry the car with you ridiculously. So you can bring it back to your settlement and scrap it. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. The Sanctuary is particularly dense with stuff. So probably the main two places where you have to go on a real scrapping spree are Sanctuary and Spectacle Island. You have to do a lot of scrapping at Spectacle. I guess it's probably possible to sneak into our house without talking to Codsworth. And I probably could do that. We don't really need that for an episode. Yeah, that's pretty good. We just turn it so it's not all goofy looking. So usually as soon as I unlock Red Rocket, I'll send all my followers there. And I don't unlock it right away because if you do that, then mole rats will come after you and they leave these holes in the ground that never go away. So I think you can fix it with the console, but because we're in VR, we don't really want to use the console. You can. It does work. But you have to like open up the use the game window, and it doesn't really receive commands properly from like the Steam VR overlay. What? Oh, I can't interact with it. That's weird. Oh well. We'll just lay there forever. What was I saying? I forget. Something about, man, I really forget. It doesn't interact with the, oh yeah, so like in the Steam VR overlay of the desktop, sometimes it's really hard to like double click on stuff. We were already here. Alright. I think we're already in there. I forgot the pace. Oh, this is our house. So if we wait until he's far away, I think we could sneak in there. It'd be nice to have some chairs, I guess. The place for can't fix that. Can I sit on this? Can I sit on this? I can. Okay, well. Oops. Meant to move it. Oh, well, here's another one. I guess if it's like this, you can sit on it. Can we walk outside, please? So what usually happens is, if people are unassigned, they'll sit down in chairs. So if you leave the chairs somewhere where you'll see them, then you can see if it's unassigned people and go assign them. But usually, like I say, I put them near the actual job they'll be working. And in Sanctuary, I usually build a big long scrapper station with 36 scrapper stations right next to each other. Could have used that stool. You can't snap turn while you're carrying stuff. Alright, that's really enough. So since I'm using the advanced recruitment beacon, we can get all of our people, like all 36, with no limits. They'll just keep coming and coming. But normally, without that mod, then you'll only get so many unassigned people, and then they'll stop coming until you assign them. But it's just such a slow process getting people, so I don't really feel too guilty about using advanced recruitment beacon. Advanced meaning, you know, cheat. Am I dying or something? I keep seeing a notification pop up and I'm not reading it. Oh, build something that requires power. Here's a good chair. There's a bunch of them in here. Alright. Take that one. Take this one. Jump up and down for joy while I'm moving stuff further away. Yeah, there's just flies in places, I guess. So the way to move a bunch of stuff, go like that. Don't go too far. And then you can grab the other one. I like matching chairs, please. So let's get rid of that. Not too bad. I think that's about everything we could do here. Well, there's some stuff we didn't scrap. All these fences. So if we get thirsty now, we can do something about that. We should move this over to the house. Oh, and the, chemistry station. That should be moved over here. I mean, you don't have to build right next to the workbench. But you can. It makes sense. Of course, unless you have the mod to stop them from hammering here, it's pretty annoying because they're always hammering on the wall. Yep, a whole bunch of strapping going on. All these fences. You just get wood for this. But still, it's something you can do. It is possible to have 2 dogs, so you should probably keep... Well, you could have, like, infinite dogs, I think. So, you can meet a guy that sells you a dog. And you can meet the dog at the Red Rocket, dog meat. But I think the guy that sells you Junkyard Dog, I think he's random. So you can probably meet him more than once. Maybe. Yeah, I gotta store these. No, I want to scrap dirty ashtray. Can't get rid of those. It'd be easier to see during the daytime. scrap the mailbox. How will we get our mail? I guess they'll just have to deliver it directly to us. Whole bunch of stuff fell in the river. Water is practically always radioactive, of course, until you have Aqua Boy or Aqua Girl. Yeah, here's the chemistry. Don't scrap that. Oh, here's the other one. We don't need that. They're out of range. If you're really a klutz with your console commands, you can accidentally move this overlay that shows you where you're inbounds to edit stuff, and you can move it or rotate it to a useless location. You don't ever want to move this thing. It's perfect where it is for all the settlements. Yeah, don't move it. And if you do move it, just reload your save. Because you're never going to get it back where it was. Someone should make a mod that just automatically puts back all the green things back where they're supposed to go. You can do that with a batch file. Probably pretty easy to make too. You just have to go around all the settlements. Click on the green thing. Really? Oh, you can't edit any of these. Weird. And get their coordinates and angles. So everything's usually on 0 angles except for Z. Z is your rotation. You rotate on Z. You don't really rotate on X or Y. Although I see some sentry robots that do. There's some bug with sentries. Sometimes it looks like they're doing a wheelie or a faceplant or something. Doesn't affect their performance at all. And it goes away if you like leave and come back. So, no big deal. I usually put this outside. I put it where the armor is. So the armor can go, actually, this should go in the middle-ish. This can go on one side. And that's fine, apparently. Oh, that thing is, well, I don't know. The weapons go over there, so the armor goes here. Yeah. I guess that's how I had it, but now it's clipping into that thing. That doesn't look right. Just go somewhere else. Certainly you can fit into that spot. Yeah, plenty of room. That's fine. I think it is clipping by a pixel or two, but who cares? You can hardly tell. So I usually put that right about there. That thing's right there. Yeah. This thing should probably be turned this way because of the way those things are. Although I don't usually. Yeah, that's about right. Pretty good. So after all that, we never picked up anything else. And we never got... I mean, there's an easier way to do this. Just, you know, try to do it. No, we don't have any crystal. So I guess sometimes in Sanctuary you will have crystal. To wave this gun around like it's meaningful, like we're gonna shoot something. Well, it comes down automatically if you press the trigger when you don't have a weapon equipped. So, there's that. We need to get some crystal. And we can easily get it probably from Trudy at Drumlin, which is one place we can go. Or I think Connie will trade with us after, well, she doesn't really trade that much. She's a crappy trader. After we get the locket back. So, we definitely have to leave because we can't even build a radio beacon. And if we don't build a radio beacon, there'll be no one to tend the crops, and then they won't grow. And then we'll starve to death because it's survival. So we have to go find a crystal no matter what. I guess the next thing we'll do is we'll talk to freaking what's-his-butt, Codsworth, and he'll tell us to go to Concord, and I'll probably say, no, I don't want to do that. Let's go to the Abernathys instead. And there's also a few raider camps like out in the hills around this place. We can go check those out. And besides Abernathy, also in that same direction is a Wicked Shipping fleet lockup. We can go there. And then probably after all that stuff, then we'll go down towards Drumlin Diner and Gorski Cabin is something I always run into. The ghouls are really scary, but maybe we can handle them. And, we'll have to decide when the time comes. But we build a bed. We'll be really thirsty when we wake up, probably. But that's okay, we have a water pump now. Alright, well. So I guess that's a day. Anyway, if you've been watching, thanks. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.